What I'm thinking here is that I haven't been creative in a very long time. And there's a list of things over here that I want to get to.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about that. What are those things? Ideas or?
Certainly, ideas that I wish I created already, that were already a thing.
Okay.
I always wished that I created a cartoon. Maybe that I voiced some cartoon characters.
Yeah.
I want a comic strip, so maybe that could go in together. Maybe I could just make a manga.
Yeah.
A manga, take.
I remember you drawing comic strips and stuff like that. Some of them were pretty good.
So there's podcast, there's comic strip, write it, anime, a Twitch stream, YouTube. So Twitch, YouTube, podcast could all get taken out in one stone. Comic strip, anime, that's a manga, maybe. But also like some fucking comedic comics, maybe.
Yeah.
But so far I don't want to. I'm changing. I'm maturing. I don't want to have mean content.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I thought I was going to come out and be edgy with cartoons, but I'm like, no, that's kind of not the flavor. I don't feel that's ugly. It feels intense in the chest when you go hard.
It creates anxiety, I guess.
Yeah. So I'm
Well,
here to.
You couldn't be what's that? The insult dog, the fucking comic insult dog.
No, well, yeah.
You couldn't be that guy all the time,
All the time.
That'll do something to a guy, I guess.
I didn't choose that for my character.
I see. Good.
And what is that? I don't know. What do you think it is?
Well,
because this is all. That's what I'm trying to be, is the natural guy who I am.
Well, fuck. I mean, the sappy, the PC
Right.
stance on this would be that it's I don't want to say a positive thing, but it's a mature thing,
Okay.
I mean, that
Now,
time.
with that, now that we're so woke and well-adjusted, what do we do with it?
Well, I think it ties to what you were talking about earlier. You're saying that you want to retire early, and apparently, the experts say that one of the ways to do it, like the most fulfilling way, not efficient, but fulfilling, is to find out something that you're passionate about and just fucking do it and build it, and that'll eventually. I mean, if you're doing what you love and you can make a living doing it, that's,
right.
I think that's great.
That sounds like a retirement plan. Let's
Yeah.
do some creative shit that makes us money. That's
Absolutely.
fun to do. And then, we could work for beer money.
Yeah.
Take
No,
gigs for beer money.
That's funny. It sounds like you're kind of a crossroads right now, and you're kind of embarking on a new journey here, and that's commendable. It's I feel like I'm sort of doing the same thing,
Right.
but
we've leapt and bounded
Yeah.
into the future
yeah.
since the last time we've seen each other.
Oh yeah. Well, what is it?
We used to roll hard. We were high school mates.
Yes.
And you had a car.
Since I was like 10.
And then
I'm from the east side of San Jose, by the way. So yeah.
you're one of the friends that had a car, and then you also knew where the Doja was.
Yeah.
And you blended in quite nicely
Yeah.
into this group that we kind of had that fell apart.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
And
Go ahead.
so it was always a great pleasure to have you around, and it was pretty shitty when you weren't there
Well, thank
for
you,
a
man.
while. Like we still kind of hung out, but it deteriorated. Everyone got family-like.
Yeah.
And so there's not a whole lot of time for the bachelor types. And then you got hitched, and you got a great job, and then now you're what are you up to now?
Well, right now, like I said, I'm kind of at a crossroads point in my life where there was a couple of things with my health that I neglected over the years, and now I'm taking care of them. So I'm taking the time off to do that. I just worked about 8 years in a food manufacturing company, and I just kind of had to
But
take some time off.
before you did that, you were doing some hard ass like retrofitting work.
Yeah, no. All my life, I've been doing like construction and like tile setting stones, big granite slabs. Then I moved into seismic retrofitting, and that was pretty hard. I think that's some of the things that affected my health.
Did you ever use the quadratic equation?
Not once. I tried, but the concrete was just too hard. It turned out that I needed a sharper bit to drill the hole.
And that takes strength to fucking drill some shit that don't want to be drilled.
Yeah.
On this, all that right here, just and then you're hanging from precarious positions because you had to get a fucking harness.
Absolutely. Yeah. And we were usually hook them up to the sky hook. There's the sky hook and
that doesn't exist.
exactly. So it's not too safe.
Wow, that's fucking super shitty, man.
But when you had the harness on, you physically had to put it on, but not hook it to fucking anything.
And so that weighs you down. That gets caught on things like ladders.
Yeah, it's heavy, and it's a shitty gig. But I mean, a lot of people do it. It needs to be done. Like a lot of the people that I work with were like, they just seem to be like there was a lot of white guys, but they all came from like Livermore, like over the valley and stuff like that.
Yeah, I know these fellas. I work with a couple of them.
Yeah, and then there was like a few. There was very few Mexican guys on the higher level, which I thought it was odd. And
I don't. Yeah, that's. Well, that is that changing now? Because I feel like maybe that would be changing at this time.
Well, it's
days?
because see, these companies, they demand that fucking cheap labor, dude. It's crazy, and there's people that are like, fuck it, you know what? If I have this job and another job, it'll be like having one regular job, and they just fucking do that.
Oh my god, yeah.
I mean, I never had to do anything like that, but yeah, I'm familiar with the construction side of things, and it's very seasonal. Your spring, summer, you're going strong, blah, 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 but then the rain comes when it's cold and things slow down naturally, but it's kind of like a day-by-day thing with that.
My god.
Yeah.
And then so if something happens, you're chilling, and they'd be like, hey man, we got something like a month of, or not a month, maybe a week or two at work. I know you think you had some time off, but
yeah,
suddenly you're working. Well, that's what you want. That's kind of like what people want out here. They want to be overworked.
Yeah,
culture.
It's crazy. People work so much, dude, and for so little benefit. I think. I mean, look, there's a lot of people that are doing well off, but I mean, just like you were saying, there's this vibe that things are like really sick underneath, like it's all painted rust, And
it's like oh, you're a pussy because you didn't kill yourself like I did.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
Did you die?
No, no. You know what, dude? I'm 40. I'm not gonna confirm. I'm not afraid of fucking starting over. I mean, like you mentioned before, I got hitched and I got married, and luckily my wife is very supportive in many things, and I guess that helps too. Having good people around. They don't have to be that many, but
I believe it.
But you want it to be good. Good for you and good to you.
Yeah, I've had an issue. Not an issue, but it's like it's kind of like I think I don't know how to be with humans anymore because I've been alone for so long that it just doesn't jive whenever it happens.
It's you know what, bro? I can relate to that because you get used to that and you don't feel lonely or alone, or in your solitude you find the fucking like so much peace.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then getting adjusted to someone else, Steve, was the hardest fucking thing I've ever done in my life, dude. Honestly.
That's what you do. That's what people do.
But check it out. But if you see something in there that it can work and everything, just like anything that you're passionate about, this is one of those things that I think comes naturally as far as inciting passion. People is the people that they're with, they love, right? Their significant other, per se. And, it's really, really good if you really trust that feeling that this person is going to be good for you and everything, then it'll turn out to be so. And believe me, dude, there's nothing better. I mean, I hope it works out. I can only speak of 10 years ago till now. I just hope it works out, but it's amazing, dude.
10 years?
Yeah, I've been married 10 years, bro.
Fuck.
Yeah.
That's when I kind of checked out.
Yeah,
10
me
years
too.
ago.
Me too. I checked out work on this shit, but believe me, dude, it's just like anything you take the time to build. I mean, you know, the fulfillment it's unbelievable. It's really good. And I was a person who always thought that was never going to get married and blah blah blah.
I see that, and it's like, I don't know
Yeah.
if I'm jealous. I used to be, but now I'm like, I don't think I know how to do that.
Yeah, no, dude, don't be jealous because a marriage is not the key to happiness. I mean, it helps out, but if you don't work on your own shit, like if you don't work out your inner demons per se, it's gonna be, you're gonna have a rough time. Yeah, because
Hard time.
when you are, see, when you do things like being unauthentic and being fearful and shit like that, relationships, they have a hard time working. You have to be vulnerable. You have to be genuine. You have to really have to be yourself if you're down to, you know, share something with. What the fuck is that? Oh, nice.
We don't answer phone calls typically.
But anyways, I was ranting on never expected it, but being married has been good to me, I guess. Don't knock it out of your bucket list just yet.
Right, no, see, I want to find that one that is a little bit of a fanatic for me. I don't see, well, I haven't put myself out there, I don't think. I've been invisible for some time. I feel like I've not been putting myself out there consciously.
Yeah.
Because I've been having some hard times. Maybe it's me. Every new person becomes like a problem. Or just like, so yeah, I'm not into meeting new people at all anymore.
So you're like celibate or something, or
No,
you're
no,
just not actively looking
Yeah,
for.
I'm not looking, but the celibacy thing kind of doesn't happen because I have still friends that drop in. But one just kind of went away, and one just kind of came around. So I don't think I am lacking in any kind of satisfaction department, except for like maybe a lifelong partnership, someone who is on this vibe and
Okay.
can propel us both
Yeah.
to a goal, or not, just a time.
Yeah.
And so that person does not exist yet. I haven't seen her. I haven't met her.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, that's definitely a possibility. You know, in my experience, you kind of build those things on someone, and they also build things on you. Does that make sense?
I feel it. So
yeah. So
no one knows me is the problem.
Yeah.
And so what's going to happen, see, is I'm going to put myself out there. I want to create some things that some people are going to relate to, hopefully, right? And then I'll maybe get a community, like a fan base or something. And then from there, some chick's going to be like, yeah, I can see why, so, yes. Because that's what I'm missing, is someone that looks at me and goes, yes, that, for me, right? And so, yeah, no, I don't have like a fan, a fanatic,
Yeah. I don't know, man. You want to? I mean, yeah, sure.
Seems to be what I want. Seems to be what I want.
Seems to be what you want, but do you really want that? I mean,
I think we'll find out when we cross that bridge, because I've been a very difficult person to stay with.
well, yeah, I think you're being hard on yourself. Maybe you just need to be very open about yourself and put yourself out there with the right person, of course. You don't want, I mean, look, all I'm saying
have you
is
seen
that
Megan's Instagram?
Megan who?
Hicks.
Oh, not lately, no.
She put something up there that was extremely like, what do you call them things? A eureka moment or something?
Like an epiphany?
Right. It was one of those sappy things, but it was a good one at this time.
So
It
high level, what
it resonated. It said, love someone who speaks to you better than you speak to yourself.
Yeah.
And I thought that was pretty nice.
Yeah, but then see, human beings are complicated. So sometimes that voice that it's being good to you better than you are to yourself sounds like fucking nagging. You know, like, do this, and, you know, go to the gym, be active. Like, shit, like, you know, it's like, honestly, that's like parenting stuff.
Those are some what ifs. I think those are like bridges you cross when you get there, and you kind of like
yeah, I guess
you parry those moments so that we don't get there. Hopefully, I don't know how this works.
But see, it's my perception of it. You know, when I choose to get upset about it, I'm like, you know, my wife's just nagging me. But deep down, it makes sense, and I should do it because it's good for everything and everyone.
Right. Yeah. Right. Harmony.
Yeah.
Harmony. People think that I'm some soulless, heartless bastard who doesn't know a thing about spirituality, and that's what we're here to dispel.
And who are these pundits?
Just everyone who I've ever tried to impress my whole life. I don't think they've thought too much of me yet, until at any rate, at any point. So hopefully, I want to be so much more revealing about who I think I am. I don't know.
Okay.
Because I think that's a big secret. You know, it's a big mystery. Like
Who is Major Sage?
I've heard a lot of rumors about me.
Oh yeah, like what?
I've supposedly been married. I have kids that I abandoned, 2 of them. Supposedly. Supposedly.
Is someone going to the witch doctor with this?
I think people did a background check on me and found some wrong information that I also found. And so, yes, that wrong information is just out there in these searches that you think are legit. They show real information, but then there's some stuff that's not, and it's like, well, maybe that would be, what would you call it, identity theft or something?
Mm-hmm. Oh,
but still, it's out
okay.
there if you search for yourself.
Right.
There's going to be maybe some discrepancies
Okay.
that people will take for true. Also, I heard another thing from a friend's mother that, hey, didn't you get involved in some devil shit and go crazy?
What the fuck?
I heard that. I heard that. So that's out there.
Someone's mom asked you this?
Right.
Okay.
Someone's mom. Someone who's like
Was that recently, or well, it had to be because.
that would be like maybe less than 2 years ago.
So they were wondering where you went.
Right. I suppose. Didn't you?
But everyone went under, dude. Like
Right.
I don't see anyone. I read all their fucking stupid thoughts on social media. I mean, you know, whatever. I'm a lurker, you know. But I don't see anyone. I don't talk to anyone. And then when I do go out, I don't see a fucking soul, dude. I don't see anybody.
Uh-huh.
I don't go out that much, anyways. But you know.
I don't even. That's another thing that I don't do.
Yeah.
I don't be going out. I don't
Maybe
be.
we should. Maybe you should. Maybe I need to go out.
Interesting.
Well, yeah, because look, when you go out and you're open, you know, because right now you have like a set plan and find a chick, which I don't know if it's gonna work out, bro.
Is that what it sounds like? Because I don't think that's true. I don't think that's one of my goals. I think that's a thing that would be nice.
Would be nice,
It's
yeah.
not hell of important because obviously I'm not doing it because it doesn't. It almost happened and it didn't quite feel right, so I put a stop to it. And now it's far better to be not, what would you call it, with someone, because it just wasn't perfect, right? And
It's
it wasn't.
never
It
gonna
wasn't
be.
workable though. It wasn't.
Okay, that's different.
Because it got down to comedy. I said to her, I says, what comedians do you like? Because I've never made you laugh. I don't know what your comedic sensibilities are.
And who did she say? Carrot Top?
She said Margaret Cho, which I don't think it's bad.
No, man, that's a no for me. That's swipe left or whatever.
So, but yeah, no, what else? I think she might have said Kathy Griffith. And so that's, I think Margaret Cho more than Kathy Griffith. But no, we were not on the same level.
Okay. Okay, so
She was far less advanced in my sensibilities, the ones that I'm looking for.
okay. So she wasn't a good match.
She wasn't a Catskills comedian. And that's pretty much, I'm looking for a chick that's a Catskills comedian, not really looking. If things happen, then that's great. It's all got to be natural, like, organic.
Okay.
Can't be a thing that I make happen. She's got to come to me.
Yeah, you guys will find each other, man. I have no doubt, dude. Just be open. You know,
It's-
it depends on your inner language too, like the way you talk to yourself. You just gotta say to yourself, look, man, I'm a catch, and a chick will be happy to be with me, and you know, chicks are attracted to me. And if you think that they are, like they start vibing on you, you know, I've seen it happen, dude.
I
You know?
do already feel like that. I kind of want to be humble, or I already am, or some shit. Because
Well,
I don't think I want to project. Like
No,
that.
you don't want to be an alpha asshole. Like but you can very humbly project that within yourself. And
I think more like what's going to happen is I'll just impress some chick for being myself instead of having to work at it, and that's how it worked. That's how it's going to work, because that's how I got. Remember the first one? You were there. You saw that unfold.
yeah,
That was amazing. I didn't have to work at that.
Yep.
I had that swagger, that extra mystique of
That
being a rock and roll
Mysterio.
kid. We started a band, a metal band in high school,
Oh yeah.
and then after
Ages
that
ago.
we just ruled. And I got like the
We
hottest-
ruled the quad at our high school.
I got the hottest chick in school, or one of them,
Yeah.
and squandered that. I think that could have gone a better way.
Yeah. It's like you were given a Ferrari, dude, when you were like fucking 16. I mean, you didn't know what to do with that. I wouldn't either. I was 16 also.
It was unfortunate that I squandered that experience.
That's all right.
Then I would have probably had a family and all that, but a little bit of different situation. Maybe I got to this point faster, where I discovered what I actually want to do for money.
It's in the past. I mean, did you learn from it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, then that's what
And
counts.
so what's next is to express ourselves. We got to express ourselves. I think all this chitting and chatting is just fine. It's lovely. It's revealing to
Absolutely.
whoever cares. But then it's time to produce something for the universe,
Okay.
for them to enjoy. And that's what I think is the key to existence, is to nurture something that's growing.
Sure. Yeah. To give.
Would,
you know?
would someone who's evil say that? Would someone who's caught up in devil shit say that?
Well, apparently you were, according to one of your friend's mom.
Right. So did someone who abandoned their kids say that? So I don't know. I'm crazy. Call me crazy. Steven's crazy. Look, he's doing this crazy thing again. He's so crazy, wacky.
Hey, man, I heard you you joined ISIS. What happened?
right. Well, it sounds like on Facebook. It sounds like he's gonna fucking destroy. What do we call it? The lights. At Ground Zero.
Oh, yeah.
He's gonna. I sound fanatical sometimes in my moods. Not fanatical. I think just negative, just dark.
Sure.
Because I think those things need to be. They're important, right?
Well, it's part of life, I guess, you know.
Well, I think people. I'm not trying to say, hey, let's all be woke and shit. It's more like
No.
maybe let's address these issues that people are talking about.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, relationships,
I can't have an opinion because I'm silly.
who says you're silly?
Just most Republicans, I would imagine. Just like, oh, you're one of them, right?
They're fucking clowns. They're calling you silly. That's hilarious.
And so it's like, how do you want me to think? What's gonna suit your needs? Jesus Christ, I'm not really into this whole interacting with humans if it comes down to this.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's where everything's at, dude. Ultimately, interacting with people. I'm finding less of that is better. Really? Well, maybe, do you think that might be driving all this momentum towards AI? Because, I mean, a lot of people
Just said
live
it.
the way we pretty much just said we do. A lot of people kind of interact through
I had hope.
through the monitor and the keyboard.
I had hope for
On
the
your phone?
future that I would be a slave on one of the arcs that they send to Mars or the moon when the rich people leave Earth. That was our hope, is that we could be slaves on those ships. Now we're going to be abandoned because they made robots.
Yeah, exactly.
AI is going to replace us. Now we're not going to be space slaves like that's how we were going to survive.
Well, we're almost there, like in the Matrix. We're almost isolated to a capsule. I mean, people don't come out of their room.
You got a point there.
We're almost there. They almost have it fine-tuned.
I'm liking it too. I love staying home in this thing.
Yeah, there's some good parts about this simulation that they work.
I love electricity.
Yeah.
Video games are amazing. It's magic.
Yeah.
It's everything I've seen in this world is along the lines of magic, science, or religion, and
Yeah, dude. I mean, look at your phone. This is like when I was
my
a kid.
God.
That was science fiction, dude.
Yes.
Like, remember Quantum Leap and shit like that? That's what we have now.
right. And so time travel is going to be the next. I mean, it was already. If Hollywood's already fucking around with it,
It's probably out there.
you know, so the future holds a lot of time travel battles, wars. If you look at your comic books and Back to the Future, then you know that there's much to be fixed or finished, and we can expect that. Like Bill and Ted, remember how they needed something and they just went back in time and fixed it?
Yeah.
Who knows if that's not happening?
Well, apparently what they're saying about time travel is that you could only go back to when the time travel machine was invented. You can't go back further.
Snap! Oh, snap!
That's like one of the paradoxes and shit.
Damn.
I really don't know the mechanics of this thing, but it seems like it's quite the pickle.
So that day, when that day comes, it's well, you know, maybe it already has. You know?
Dude, well, apparently this guy who came from like, I don't know, this dude Noah, the fucking time traveler, he's got like YouTube, whatnot.
Oh.
The dude says that in around 2030, India or like some consortium of Indian scientists will invent time travel. But he obviously came back before it was invented, so I don't know what he said. But, you know, the interesting thing about the guy is that he predicted some shit that came true and some other stuff that hasn't.
And you're saying 2030-ish?
Yeah. Like, he said in 2028, the device will be invented. He's saying that there's going to be this implant for your brain where it's going to, like, kind of like cybernetic enhancement, you know, for your brain. You're gonna have like a super brain. You'll be super smart. Blah blah blah.
Like Thanos.
But yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like what Elon Musk is talking about. That uplink. That what is it called? A brain uplink. Oh. But the thing with that is that we are gonna need to go to 6G in order for that to work. That's what the guy predicted.
We're gonna have to cure cancer
But
before we proceed.
we'll just morph. We're
gonna have
we'll
to
just deal with the tumors.
Evolve into tumor people to achieve.
Yeah, he also says we're going to be really ugly in the future.
Interesting. Well, I have seen some bloodlines that are like, stop. You need to stop. Just stop. Like I'll be like, you know, it's unfortunate. You see, like just a. I don't want to even think this thing. Because now we're getting into like genetics and what is this? Like Alex Jones is talking.
We're getting into the short guy, the bagel boss guy.
Fucking phrenology and your genes need to stop.
Hey,
You know,
did you know that if you're below a certain height, you can be considered like a dwarf, and therefore you're eligible for disability payments?
Okay, awesome. We're gonna look that up.
Well, I mean, the bagel boss should.
Because walking everywhere is hard for us short guys.
And I think he should get some of my money for being short.
Yes, thank you. I think that's a great precedent to set.
Yep.
Because I'm gonna apply for that shit ASAP.
Dude, you're like
being
like
short,
a dwarf with giantism, I guess.
being short has sucked forever. Like I was a little kid and chicks were like in 3rd grade talking shit. I'm gonna get with Daniel because he's taller.
Yeah.
Really? The new kid. And he's taller. What the fuck ever, Priscilla? We're talking 3rd grade here.
Did you always feel like this? I
Rachel.
I never thought
Rachel,
you had a shortness.
Louis' cousin.
Yeah.
Something about I don't know. She said something that I remembered, and
Oh man.
I forgot what it was now, but I remember my response was something from Hot to Trot with Bobcat Goldthwait. Something about I'm gonna rip your arm off and feed it to my horse. But I didn't follow.
You were flirting with her. You were
Yeah, I
flirting.
did, yeah. We didn't follow through with it.
And she
I don't have a
acquiesced
horse.
to
I do
your-
not have a horse.
She wasn't susceptible to your advances.
Yeah, in 1980 something, I didn't have a horse.
So did she say that you were short or something? I mean, what the fuck?
Yeah, that was the thing. Yeah,
Really?
Just, something about. I said like I don't like it when people call me short, and then she's like, "You're short." I'm like, "Oh, I'm gonna." We were we were flirting. I guess we were flirting.
I
This is
never.
3rd grade. This is 3rd grade.
3rd grade. Fuck. Oh, but oh man.
Maybe
that's kinda
2nd
hard
grade.
to
It might
call
be
someone
2nd
short.
grade. And then, like you said, it was hard to get on rides. Hard to get
Oh,
on
was
rides.
it?
It was hard to get on rides
That's hilarious.
for a while. Yeah, that sucked.
But
then-
dude, but you know what? You know, Mike is shorter than you by like quite a bit, and I always thought he had the complex. I never knew that. You know, you were kind of serious about your height. You know.
Well, Mike had a lot of fun. You know, he didn't know. He didn't care. You know, for me, I don't know why it happened to me. Maybe because I kept seeing all the chicks I wanted to get with, like with taller, you know, skinny guys. You know, with hair. So it didn't. It was like whatever they were. It's like that's not what I am. That sucks dick. You know, that's gonna give me a complex forever. Thank you.
Man. Yeah, I guess it would, huh?
Oh, sure. Yeah, no, I should be, I feel like I do love myself, and I feel like I should be, dripping in chotch. You know? That's how I feel about myself. I feel like, there should be no question. And yet, I'm not beating him off with a stick, you know, so.
I don't know if I want to live my life smothered in pussy, but I definitely would like to die that way.
That is going to be the motto, one of the mottos of the show. One of the mottos is that. And the other one is, well, this show is called God is a Dick. I don't know if we'll change that. Because it's kind of like, I'm being inspired to use that word, those words. It's a communication from beyond.
Yeah.
So go with this. You're going to have endless content. Trust it. And then, like, you know,
it'll be a cool
pay
segment.
It'll pay off.
You know, like to name a segment, something, yeah.
Okay.
But I figure you would be kind of like, I mean, honestly, you know what? I'm fine with God is a dick, but I figure people would have a problem with that.
Oh, yeah. I think so.
You know, there's a lot of God defenders out there.
Yeah, so maybe, like you said, let's make it a segment, and we'll just read the news. Just make it a segment. But then to name this thing, that's a good little creative project. I want to go with ICBM, so that way every week it could be something different.
ICBM.
Right.
That's an intercontinental ballistic missile?
Right.
I see.
But then, like, every week it's like, you're listening to ICBM, and then you say something, intercontinental ball something. You know, you change the
manicuring.
Letters. Right. Today you're watching inconsistent
You're going to watch us prune the hedges. On
cock. Masturbator. You know,
trim
you just
a
gotta,
bush.
something. It'll be like a Mad Lib. You fill it out.
Yeah.
Fill out the blank.
Awesome.
And I don't know, but I feel like I got to check this message. I never get messages.
Well, check it out. You got an ashtray there?
Yes. Let's take perhaps a break.
I would love that.
All right. I guess we'll be back.